Coming up on this week's headlines.
Doctor Strange scrapped from the next Avengers.
Two major announcements for Star Wars hit the internet this week.
We finally know what Will Smith's cryptic Matrix post was about.
And finally, more disappointing news about the Spider-Verse.
My name's Jermaine, this is Anthony, and this is your show giving you nerdy headlines and rumors that you might have missed throughout the week. And this is in case you missed it for the week of January 20th. While doing an interview with Variety, Doctor Strange actor Benedict Cumberbatch said that the Sorcerer Supreme will not appear in Avengers Doomsday. This definitely came as a shock to a lot of us because the rumors were that Doctor Strange was going to be heavily involved in the next two Avengers films. But it was revealed after the shift from Kang to Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange wasn't needed for Doomsday. It is important to note though that the actor did say his character is going to have a major role in Avengers Secret Wars. But he's an actor and he's signed with Marvel, so the question is, will he at least appear in a post-credit scene? Or will Doctor Strange 3 set up Secret Wars? We'll discuss later on behind the headlines.
Star Wars made two big announcements this week. One being Ryan Gosling being the top candidate for Sean Levy's solo Star Wars story. This movie is going to be completely separate from the Skywalker saga, which I feel is perfect. In my opinion, you don't mess up the lore. You either go ahead or you go farther back to the High Republic era. The second, and I think most exciting news, is that it's also heavily rumored that Natalie Portman could be returning for Ahsoka Season 2 as Padme Amidala. I don't know where that rumor came from, but man, I love to see it. Seeing Ewan and Hayden back together as Obi-Wan and Anakin was great, but seeing her come back and being one of the most underutilized character in the Star Wars history, it's fantastic. Now, how are they going to do it? Who knows? She wasn't a Jedi, so there's no Force Ghost. But then again, neither is Han Solo, and we got a Force Ghost.
A few weeks ago, Will Smith teased something Matrix related, and it got us all speculating. Was it a possible reboot? A Super Bowl commercial? Or even a future sequel? Apparently it was none of that. Will Smith posted on his Instagram that it was just a collab with Big Sean. A Matrix theme collab with Big Sean. Okay, I'm sorry. Nobody cares. Do we have anything else? Like something else, something more interesting. All right, yeah, let's do this. Listen, the song sounds great and whatever, but it's just, I don't care. I don't care. Sorry. Don't smack me. Okay, here we go. Oscar-nominated actress Cynthia Erivo said that she would like to play Storm. However, rumors suggest that Marvel might have their eyes on someone else.
Please be Halle Berry.
It's not Halle Berry. At least according to the script, it's not Halle Berry. You might like it though. There were rumors that Marvel is eyeing Dawnna Wise from Jurassic World Dominion and Ayo Idabari. I'm sorry if but yeah, those two lovely actresses. Now, it is important to note that these are just rumors and Marvel could hire a complete unknown. I just think that after Cynthia Erivo's Wicked success, she's gonna be mad busy. And I want Storm to be a mainstay in the MCU. I want to see her in other projects other than X-Men, and I don't think that Cynthia's schedule would allow it. So, bring on some younger actresses, so maybe some more unknowns. You never know.
Jarrell Jerome, the voice of evil Miles Morales, or Miles G. Morales, gave us a very, very disappointing update for the future of the Spider-Verse. The voice actor said they haven't recorded anything for Beyond the Spider-Verse, and that they're still figuring things out. So what exactly does that even mean? One would think that once you did Across the Spider-Verse, you would have the story for the second part at least mapped out. And don't forget, that movie was even supposed to come out March of last year. We used to be able to depend on Sony for Spider-Verse stuff, but we can't even do that anymore. The only thing we can really depend on Sony for, apparently, is video game adaptations. Like, I'm sure the Horizon adaptation is going to be really good, and please keep making more Last of Us, and I'm positive the Uncharted sequel is going to be fantastic. But after Beyond the Spider-Verse, please leave Spider-Man alone.
Now it's time for Behind the Headlines. Let's go. Now, it's time for Beyond. We'll workshop it. All right, let's go through some of the headlines we had this week. Okay. The most important one.
Let's go.
Doctor Strange not going to be in Doomsday.
He's He's going to be a big part of it. He's going to be the reason why Doom is where he is. But he's also going to be indisposed at the same time. Kind of like where Hulk didn't appear, for a long time. That's going to be Strange. He's going to be off to the side. There's going to be a something or other that tells you what he's been doing this whole time. But he does the egocentric thing that he always does. He goes and tries to take on, Dr. Doom himself, gets defeated, and now he's just gone trying to find himself.
Okay, so a big part of this is he was supposed to be a huge part of Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Secret Wars never changed, but they got rid of Jonathan Majors. So are
they going to bring him back?
I don't know.
They should bring him back.
No, I feel like they should, but I feel like Kang's character wasn't working either way. So I feel like they had to.
Yeah, but they have to bring Kang back in some form or fashion. He didn't just get beat by the Wasp. That's just not how.
There's a theory.
Okay.
There's a theory that they can just bring him back for Doom to kill him. I don't want them to do that. If it's just a reference that says, "Hey, Dr. Doom killed all the Kings," that would make him more of a threat. Make him, especially the Council of Kings that we've seen at the end of Quantumania, automatically a bigger threat than Thanos. Automatically.
I think some of the problem that I have is that as long as Ant-Man and Wasp has been out, I think I've seen each one of those movies once or so or something like that. So I mean, I'm struggling to remember exactly how he's defeated. He gets sucked into the realm inside.
It was in the quantum realm, and then he got defeated by ants. You can't have your big bad get defeated by Ant-Man. You just can't.
That's not how you take Kang out.
Exactly. You can't do that.
The whole multiversal thing that they've kind of haphazardly put together and stuff like that. There's no real rules to it. Anybody can reappear at any time in any place for whatever reason, for whatever side quest that happened. They can, and I would say retcon, but I feel like retcon carries a bad stigma to it when they say retcon. So they could not retcon necessarily, but they can go and they could tell a side story quest thing, some hero when he was gone for 2 months in the timeline encountered him somehow, some way, some rift opened up, he sucked through, and now he's here again. I mean, it's possible. So they can bring him in, they can push him out anytime they want, but that was not the end of him. So I don't know. He could come back. I'd like to see him back.
Yeah, I would like to see him back, but now that you pivoted, you brought Robert Downey Jr. back as you have to stick with Doom. Doom is your big bad. As far as Doctor Strange, though, I think we're gonna see him in a post-credit scene. Yes. It might. Doctor Strange 3 is gonna be a prequel, and then big part of Secret Wars.
No.
Kind of like how he opened up the portals in Endgame. That's kind of.
That's the issue that Strange poses, right? Because Strange by himself has caused more issues in the multiverse than all other characters. You see what I'm saying? So it makes the most sense that if he's not in this movie, then the movie is based on his actions or something along those lines, or we'll find out later that it's based on his actions. The post-credit scene, the scenes roll and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you see Strange trying to fight on his own or something like that, because once again his ego is huge and he feels like he's the only person that can save everything.
Maybe he should have been Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Okay, cut that out. That's a stupid joke.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And one more point. You can't have everybody in both movies. You know what I mean? Doomsday already says it's gonna have Chris Evans, Haley Atwell, Anthony Mackie, the new Cap, Spider-Man, all the Thunderbolts, all these characters, and then you want to redo that in Secret Wars? That's just too much. Infinity War did the right thing. I did. Hey, we're gonna have everybody in one movie, and then. Everybody, kinda, but we're gonna focus on the smaller group in the Endgame.
And they did it effectively. I'll give them that. They did it effectively. There were still questions on where some characters was during some instances and stuff like that, but for the most part, if you watch them and you kind of have an open mind and you're kind of looking to see what exactly is happening as opposed to what could be happening, they made the right choice.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
This has been the Unprofessional Critics, in case you missed it.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
And then share with somebody else. And then that other person.
And then maybe another person after that.
And guess what? We'll see you back here next week. Bye!
Subscribe for more headlines throughout the week, games, and 60-second reviews.